How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Project Element, and in today's video we will be showing you guys how I made the speaker wire harnesses for the speakers in my 2006 Honda Accord. This should also work for all of the Elements. Our channel does focus mainly on Elements, that's mainly what we do, but we have started to do some stuff with some other vehicles, but this will actually work with, I believe, a lot of Hondas if you make these. So I'm going to go ahead and just get right into the video, guys, and show you what's needed and what supplies you will need to go ahead and make these wire harnesses for your speakers. Okay guys, so to go ahead and make these speaker wire harnesses, the first thing we're going to need to get is the adapter or connector on the end. And where we actually get those from is right over here. Let me show that to you. I've actually got the old set of speakers from my Honda Accord. If you just flip it over on the back, those connectors are right on here. I'll be showing you guys how I removed those from another set of speakers I got when I made this adapter. So I've got both of these speakers right here. Those are the main first thing you're going to need. Just an old pair of speakers. As you can see on one of these, the cone and everything is torn, so they're pretty much junk anyways. They're just the stock speakers anyways, so I don't mind pulling those off, but you could actually reattach these if you ever wanted to reuse the original speakers, but I will not be reusing these at all anytime soon. So, and then we'll go on over here over to more supplies and tools you need. I've got the drill, which I will be using to help get the adapters off of the speakers. I've got a small drill bit. We've got needle nose pliers. I've got a wire stripper and slash crimper for butt connectors and cutters. I've got some electrical tape. I've got this wire here, which has the ends on it for speakers already. So I'll just cut those to the length I want. So you could just use some regular wire and get the connectors you need it for your speakers. But what I've come to find out is that most speakers come with the wire already. So all you have to do is cut this down to the length that you want. I also have some butt connectors here. There is actually two different methods in making these wire harnesses. There's a solder method and a non-solder method. It all depends on how you want to do it and how you're going to do it. So I've got that there, and then I've already got my solder iron heating up over here, getting ready so we can use it when we get to that part. So I'm going to go over here and get the drill set up and show you guys how I take those little connectors off of the speakers. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how I get these little connectors off real quick. I'm just going to bring one up and show it to you up close. Right here in the center here, we're going to go ahead and just take the drill bit and go ahead and just drill that out. It'll do one of two things. It'll either drill out properly and just come right off, or when I had done it before with a previous pair of speakers, it just heated up the plastic and the whole thing kind of just melted off and popped right off. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the drill, which is right here, and here's the drill bit, and I'm going to go ahead and just get started and show you guys how I do this. And right there, just as I said, guys, the whole thing, just the little ring came off in there. Get that off the drill bit, sharp. And as you can see, the whole thing has come loose. So what we're going to do now is I've actually got a different little pair of cutters right here. I'm just going to actually, you see these, you've got a wire on both sides, and depending on what method you're doing, you can either leave these wires or cut them off. But because I'm going to be showing you guys both methods, I'm going to actually cut them further down to length. That also makes it easier when you want to unsolder these little wires here, but also to show you the other method. So you just reach down in there and go ahead and snap that off on both sides. So, and that is easy. That is it. That is how you remove the little connector off of the old speakers. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again with this one right now real quick. It should just take a second. Again, right there on the center, and just go ahead and throw it out. And there you go, guys. The connector came right off. I'm going to grab the cutters again and go ahead and just snip these right off down under here. there we go. Now we have both little connectors, so we can go ahead and make our wire harnesses now. I'm going to move the camera over, shift it over real quick, and show you the next process and next step we need to do to go ahead and get these ready for soldering. Next step is relatively easy. I've got the connector right here, and all we're going to do is get the pair of needle nose pliers right here, guys, and we're just going to take these ends and we're going to bend them over and in. So what I had found when I had done this before is you've got this little plastic tab here and little plastic piece here that kind of gets in the way. So if you actually just pinch those and pull those off first, go in here. Let me see if I can get it. These might not be the greatest to go ahead and get that off, but yeah, just pull that plastic off if you can. Get it out of the way. Yeah. Let's see if I can get it. It doesn't want to cooperate. You know what? I'm just going to leave it for now, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can bend these over. So let me show you. Just grab it right here and bend the whole thing up and over. We're going to go ahead and get this other side started, grab the whole thing, bend it up and over. And then I'll go ahead and just use my thumb with the edge of the pliers here and just go ahead and continue to push this down and around. Let's see if I can get a hold of this. Right there. And that is good, as you guys can see. Sorry if it keeps going out of focus. I'm going to go ahead and continue trying to get this one to wrap over. Right there, just like that. Now you've got both sides wrapped over so it'll be more compact and not stick out all funky like this. So let me just show you guys that again one more time. Let me get this thing in focus. Go ahead and just take the whole thing and bend it over. And it's that simple. Yep, and we're done. And like I said, these little plastic tabs go straight through, but you can actually sometimes get a hold of them and just pop the whole thing off. Let's see, I almost got it. Yeah, there it goes. And you can pull them off and cut them off and just, it gives it a cleaner look and cleans everything up when you're done. I'll probably get a little razor knife and just clean those off real quick, guys. You see what I'm saying, though, these little plastic ridges. You can leave them if you want. I took them off on my last pair, so I might take them off on these. So that's it. That's all you do for those to go ahead and get those ready for soldering. We're going to set those aside, and we're going to grab our wire now. We're going to go ahead and undo this and cut it to the length that we want. So let's see. Right here's our end. We'll kind of measure off our old one. It's probably like 3 or 4 inches, maybe 5 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the wire cutters and cut it with a little extra length for when I go to solder. And we'll set that aside. We'll grab the other set right here, since it already has the ends on it. And we'll go ahead and cut this one to match the other set. And there we go. We have these cut and ready to go. And we have our little connectors done up and ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead, and what you wanna do is break these apart, strip the ends of all these wires to a small length, and then we're gonna go ahead and show you the first method, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show you the solder method. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so the first method is really simple and really easy. If you just cut these off just like this, cut your wire to the length and go ahead and strip the ends, like I said. What we can go ahead and do is trim these down a little more, let's say to about there. What we can go ahead and do is just go ahead and put these butt connectors right on the end and go ahead and crimp them on. And these are heat shrink butt connectors, so they should work fine. Just go ahead and twist that end a little. You know, I don't like how that wants to act, the heat shrink one, because it's got those wider ends for heat shrink and it doesn't want to go on properly. So I'm going to get one of these regular ones. Go ahead and stick it in there. Grab your crimper and go ahead and crimp it. Nice and tight. Check to make sure it's not going to come out. You can go ahead, grab another one. I've got another one right here, and we'll go ahead and repeat the same step again. And go ahead and crimp it. Now both of those are crimped on, and then all you have to do is go ahead and get your little wire. Got this one. I left these parts open a little longer. Let's see, make sure it's twisted. Go ahead and put them in. Now it's giving me trouble. Of course it is. It's got this one little. Go ahead and feed it in there. Oh, most important part, guys. I forgot to mention that. So here on the connector, you've got the little ridge right here, and you do have positive and negative. So on this side, the larger side, the white side is positive, the black side is negative. So we want to make sure that when we run that down, I believe these wires are twisted. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and actually just go ahead and unwrap this electrical tape just so I can be sure what I'm doing, and so you guys can know before we make a mistake here to where we can't go back and fix it later. So let me pause this, get this electrical tape off, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, so we went ahead and put the butt connectors on this end. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is I'm going to show you this. So in the ends here, you've got these little ridges here on the inside that runs down for the connector. So what we're going to do is, I'll show you this. We'll flip these over, and on the one here, you have your positive and your negative leads. So I believe the one that's larger is positive, the one that's smaller is negative. So we'll run those down. Make sure this is straight. So if you put that little plastic ridge on the top side of your connector, your positive should go on the left and your negative should go on the right. Or you can flip it over and your positive will go on the right, negative on the left. So let's see how we've got that now. So if we do it this way, positive will go on the right. So we'll look here. And our one with our larger connector will go on the right. So we'll follow that wire down, which is the one with the white strip on it. And we'll go ahead and make sure they get connected properly, just like that. Good thing I stopped and remembered that part before I continued. So go ahead and just crimp that on there, just like that. Go ahead and do the other side. Let's go ahead and put that in there, feed it in. Go ahead and crimp that. And then let's check it. That should be done. That is the completed connector. That is the easy method, just going ahead and crimping to the existing wires that were on this piece. And now it should just be plug and play, like I did on my original one. It's going to be a little harder to do it with the butt connectors on here, but you can go ahead and wrap the whole thing with electrical tape just to make it look cleaner and nicer. And then you are good to go ahead and use this and put it in your car and use it with your speakers. So now we're going to go over and show you how I do the solder method. So I'll be right back, guys. But yeah, it's relatively easy, so give me just a minute. Sorry if the angle is kind of funny, guys. I'm going to be trying to show you the best I can with everything in frame of what I'm doing here. So I've got the little connector. I'm just going to go ahead and take the soldering iron and try to go ahead and heat up this solder on here. Let me go ahead and put this down. If I can get that cable wire out of the way. Go ahead and heat that up. See if I can get that little wire out. The old wire out right there. Let me go ahead and heat up this other side. Do the same thing. And it came right out. I don't really have a helping hands or anything for my soldering iron, so it just kind of, it's hard to hold on to everything while I'm doing this. So now that's fresh and clean, everything's cleaned up. Okay. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is go ahead and tin the ends of this wire. See if I can even do that. I'm gonna actually just prop it up on this connector itself. And just go ahead, grab my solder, and see if I can go ahead and tin the ends of these wires. Those ends are both tinned up now and good and ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and get everything soldered to this. So like I said before, if we look at it and we put that ridge on, let me see, what did I say? On the bottom, the larger side, which is the white wire, goes to the right, and the other one goes to the left. So actually, this might help a little if you just go ahead, and this one is open right here, so I can go ahead and get that wire tucked right in there. It is not on this side, so I'm just gonna have to set that there and then put some solder on top of it. So just like this, let me hold that there. Try to get this to lay flat, just like that, and go ahead and put some solder on this. Hopefully you guys can still kind of see what I'm doing. I know I'm close to the bottom here, but I'm trying my best to do this. and check how this went together. See, it kind of looks a little globby, but it actually looks all right. Turned out all right. They're stuck on there. They're not going to go anywhere. So that's it for that method. Yeah, it's that simple, guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you this real quick. So in here, like I said, the plastic did melt a little bit when I was working on it. So when you go to plug these in your car, this actually happened with my old pair too. You might have to just adjust these metal prongs in here a little bit. So this one is a little off-centered now. I can just go in there and kind of straighten it out. Just like that. And then it should be good. So I'm going to go show you guys. Get up real quick. Sorry for the camera. I'm going to adjust this. Table's yellow. So then I just go ahead and I get the electrical tape. It's got some dirt on it. Let me see right here. And I go ahead and pull about that much off, maybe a little more. I'm gonna cut it. And just go ahead and wrap this thing. Start right here, about halfway up. You don't want to cover these ears too much because that is where it will clip when you go ahead and use it in your car. And we'll just wrap this slowly work our way onto the wire and slowly get smaller as it goes. Okay, guys, that is it, just like that. And you are complete and finished with your adapters. So there we go. Okay, guys, so in this video, I showed you the two different methods. The first method, which was the crimping method, which is quick and easy and simple. And then I showed you the soldering method right here, which is also pretty easy if you have a little bit of knowledge with the soldering iron. So that's it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or anything like that, or anything you could suggest that we could do better in filming or anything, just go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. We will have more videos coming soon. I actually have to either change my sister's distributor or her distributor cap and the rotor to the distributor. That video will probably be coming up really soon. I'll probably be filming that here in the next couple days. So anyways, guys, like I said before, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.